Also, what we have done is with our friends from HISENSE, partnered up with some very cool, on-trend kind of people out there in the cities of South Africa, checking out the unique fashion that is out there on the streets. Take a look.
A city's unique character is best experienced in the fashion scene on its streets, and Joburg is no different. HISENSE fashion scout and street style photographer Anthony Bill hit the streets of Braamfontein to capture the heartbeat of the city of gold.
I'd like to think of myself as a creative, so I dabble in a lot of different things, namely photography, and the reason for that is that a picture's worth 1,000 words, and really what I'm about is bringing Africa to the world and the world to Africa, and I do that through my photography, my fine art paintings, being a copywriter, and really all of those things inform being a creative or a creator. My passions really adapt and evolve over time. So at the moment I'm very passionate about photography, I'm passionate about film, and I'm really passionate about South Africa and this new cultural explosion of young people taking the bull by the horns, as it were, and really doing things their own way.
I like anything vintage, chic. I love hats. Hats are in now. And I think high waist pants are in now. And to me, that's vintage, and that's what I like.
I live a very busy lifestyle. Being a photographer and working in the advertising industry as well, I literally don't have a moment to waste. So I think the HISENSE phablet is a really cool device. I love the megapixel count. If I'm shooting something like street style, it really captures what I wanted to, and I don't have to worry about it not being high-res enough for me to put on my blog. So I think it should be renamed the HISENSE Fashion Phablet.
I would describe my style as very skater chic. I have a lot of holes in my clothes, and I like the hats and just nice clean fitted tees. I think the fashion scene in Joburg is growing. There are a lot of cool people, business types. I think it's becoming one of the coolest places to just walk around and just see all the people and what they're trying out with fashion.
Another nice thing about the Johannesburg fashion scene compared to the rest of the country is that really it's a cultural hub of all kinds of cultures, and then we have the diaspora where you find a lot of other African cultures intermeshing and really mixing in to what we have here. It really makes the fashion quite unique to any other part of the world. People use fashion as a way to communicate who they are. So we're all blank canvases when we're born and when we're naked, but when we dress, we kind of tell a story of who we are, where we come from, or sometimes where we want to go.
For hip young South Africans, making a mark is as much about the threads they wear as the tech they carry.
I think one of my favorite absolute functions about the phone is that it's Android #1, so it accesses millions of apps, which is great. And the Google Now function is really great, especially if I'm driving. I can just speak to the phone. If I need to pull up an address or directions, it does it for me. It fits into my lifestyle. It makes it work rather than me having to learn 100 new functions. The phone really becomes my digital best friend.
With a bigger than ever screen, as well as a 2.3 GHz quad-core processor, the phablet comes packed with affordable smart speed. The new HISENSE Infinity MAXE X1 phablet sees life reimagined.
Think big, dream bigger with the HISENSE Infinity MAXE X1 phablet.
Yeah,
wow,
yeah,
incredible way to capture the latest trends hitting the streets. Thanks so much to our fashionistas out there. We are loving this phablet.
Dude, the screen on this thing is so impressive. I mean, the richness of the images that you get once you've taken a photo, and I mean, I can imagine they're having a world of fun with the phablet out there.
It really is a great way to capture high-end fashion, high-end life as it happens in HD brilliance. Now, we've got some pretty cool functions here. We're having a lot of fun here. We're toying around. You know, we love selfies on the show. We are not shy. Some of us more than others. You know, some of us a bit more than others. You don't always have the opportunity. No, it was a dig. I'm sorry, it was a dig. But you don't always have the opportunity to be able to take the perfect selfie because you can't. You know, if only we all had like an 8-kilometer long arm.
What it has is this little useful thing. It's called a sub-mobile phone. Now, with the sub-mobile phone, it basically acts like a miniature phone in your pocket that you can use to receive calls, make calls, send messages, as well as take photos, right?
Very, very cool,
So what you then
man.
can supposedly do is, let's say, you could be somewhere where you want to take a nice picturesque selfie, but you can't do it yourself. So then have it at a distance. And Grant also talked about one of the cool features is that once you have the images on the phone, you can then, with in-view casting, cast them onto a big screen like that, share them with a whole group of people,
Awesome.
and swipe through all your images and your videos as well. So this is one of the very, very cool features, but we look forward to seeing some more of the fashion photos that will be taken by our fashion scouts out there in the cities of South Africa.
And you could be one of those, because we are giving you the opportunity to win one of these awesome phablets. All you have to do is go onto our Facebook page, check out some of the awesome pics we've been snapping, some of those awesome selfies, leave a comment, and those comments that stand out could put you in the running to win your very own phablet, so you can record life in HD brilliance. Love it.
Loving it, loving it. All right, stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. There's so much more coming. Right now, let's catch up with the latest news headlines.